Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're so lucky to be with you. Motzei Yud Gimel Kislev, the night of Yudalet Kislev. Tonight is a special occasion already. It's the yahrzeit. It's not the yahrzeit. It's the actually it is the yahrzeit of the first Rabbi of Mojitz, but we didn't talk about it in Hebrew. I don't know if we'll have time today to talk about him. But it's the anniversary, the wedding anniversary of the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin. So let's sing Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov for them. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov v'Yelahanu. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov v'Yelahanu, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov v'Yelahanu. Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov, u'Mazel Tov u'Mazel Tov v'Siman Tov v'Yelahanu, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael, Yelahanu, Yelahanu, u'lechol Yisrael. Huh? I see you better. Niggun in honor of the Rebbe and Rebbetzins anniversary. Today we're going to talk a lot about the parsha. The main thing I want to talk about is Yaakov sending the angels to Esav. Yaakov sent him angels. Rashi says the mamash. He sent them malachim mamash. Really, word in Hebrew can mean actual. You can feel it. You can touch it. You can feel it. He really sent in angels. But according to the Hasidic commentators, he sent the angels the mamash. He sent them the physicality of the angel he sent them, but the spirituality of the angels he kept by him. The spirit of the angels stayed with him. Only the physical part of the angels went to Esav. Now, Esav is very scared. He's very scared. He's praying that Hashem should save him from Esav. There's 2 songs in Chabad talking about that. One of them is called Hatzileni Nam Yad Achim Yad Esav. We try to do the version in the Rifkin book. Let's try to do it this time from the Chabad Sefer Niggunim. It's Niggun 251 in Sefer Niggunim. Let's do it from this book this time. 251. 251. Hatzileni Nam Yad Achim Yad Esav. Save me from him because I'm scared. And you promised that you're going to guard me. Okay? And it's going to be only good. Okay. Hatzileni na miyad achim miyad esav, miyad achim miyad esav. Hatzileni na miyad achim miyad achim miyad esav, ki Elohim oto ואתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. 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 אתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. ואתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. ואתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. ואתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. אתה אמרת היטב, היטב הייתי נגמר. Did? So that's one of them. The other one is just the second part. ואתה אמרת, היטב היטב. I don't remember on which melody they put it. Dina, maybe you can help us. It's a niggunim for התוועדות that they put on it the words of אתה אמרת. ואתה אמרת. It's a happy tune. I think it's the first volume. No, here it is. No, ואתה אמרת. 296. תודה רבה רבה. שהכל נהיה בברור. If I'm not mistaken, it's 296. Let's check it out. Yes, 296. It was written as a niggunim התוועדות, but they put on it the words of ואתה אמרת. ניגון אתה אמרת, and it's not the number I gave you. It was the wrong number. Let's try again. But it says צדיק ו'. It's not this one, it's a different nigun, so I don't know what it is. I wrote the mistake. It's somewhere here close by. Dina, did you find it, maybe? Which number it is? Never mind. We played it. I know that I wrote in pencil on it that it's the nigun, but it wasn't that one because it didn't have the letters written on it. Never mind. Some other year, some other time, we'll find it. Okay. So if we're talking about angels, Yaakov sent the angels to Esav, And we want to hear some niggunim from the angels. Do we know niggunim from angels? So we have a few things. One of them is a niggun, the famous one that I love, and we play it many times. And I want to play it again with you now. The Rabbi taught it, I think, in 1967 or 66, depends when the time of the year it was. And he told a story with the niggun. There was a Yid that did a favor to another Jew, and he got a prize for it. And the prize, he could choose the prize, and he chose, he wants to taste how Yom Kippur is in Gan Eden by the angels. That's what he wanted to taste. And that's what he got. And what he got was this niggun. They found him singing it over and over and over again, running, dancing around the bima in shul. After a whole fast went by, he didn't even notice that he was fasting because he was so absorbed in this beautiful niggun, which is from Gan Eden, from the angels. So sing with me. A taste from a niggun of Gan Eden of the angels. Let's do another niggun that is considered to be a niggun from the angels. It has a story with it. It's a niggun from the Chozeh Lublin, the seer of Lublin. his name was Yaakov. I forgot his other name. Avam Yaakov? I don't know. It was a seer of Lubin. One Shabbos, he fell asleep in the middle of the meal. He took a nap. And when he woke up, he came up with a niggun. So the niggun that he was singing, nobody knew the niggun. All these people couldn't help him. They didn't know the niggun. And they say that, the angels taught him the niggun while he was asleep. So legends are very nice. Things can't be as clear as, in the stories. But he did get the niggun from somewhere. They say it is an older niggun. It's not from the time of the Seer of Lubin. It's more ancient. But maybe the Seer of Lubin didn't know it, and the angels taught him the niggun that was older in his time. Let's do. לקהל אשר שבת מכל המעשים, הניגון from the חוזה מלובלין, called the ניגון המלאכים, the ניגון of the angels. לקהל אשר שבת מכל המעשים, ברוך ומבורך בפי כל השמיים. Somewhere like that it ends because it repeats itself over and over. ניגון from the Seer of Lubin, חוזה מלובלין, לקהל אשר שבת מכל המעשים. Talking about the angels. And talking about godliness on Shabbat, but that he got it from the angels. That's the story. We have another story of a nigun that might have come through the angels, at least messengers. An angel, shaliach. When Yaakov sends, every messenger is like an angel. Sometimes malachim are called, just messengers are called angels, because they're sent for a specific job. In our parsha, the angel that was fighting with Yaakov, that's a different part of the parsha, he was fighting with him, and when Yaakov succeeds to to win the battle with the angel, the angel is crying and pleading with him, let me go, let me go. Why should he let him go? The angel says, Rashi says, it's his time to go and sing. Each angel has a time that his time is to sing by Hashem. It's his turn. And right then was his turn. Doesn't it sound a little strange? If angel came down to this world in order to fight with Yaakov, he was the angel. They say he was the minister of Esav, and he came down to fight with Yaakov. And as soon as Yaakov wins the battle, he says, let me go, I have to sing to Hashem. Why now? So why did you come now? You should have come at a different time when you don't have to run back to Hashem to sing. In Chassidut, they explain that it's very interesting. He had to go to sing Dafka then when Yaakov won the battle, because that was his job. He was supposed to try and push away Yaakov. When Yaakov succeeds to win the battle and he gets blessed by the angel fulfilled his mission. And as soon as he fulfilled his mission, he's supposed to go and sing to Hashem. That's his time to sing to Hashem. That was his turn. Because he succeeded in his mission, that Yaakov won the battle. He tried and he couldn't win. Yaakov was victorious. So that's the story. Now, I want to play another song to you from the Alter Rebbe himself. And where did he learn this song? It's interesting because in Chabad, they claim it's one of the 10 niggunim of the Alter Rebbe. But in other Chassidiyot, in other Hasidic dynasties, They claim that it's not his. They claim it belongs to Rabbi Michael Mizlotchov, the pupil of the Baal Shem Tov. Rabbi Michael, the famous Rabbi Michael Mizlotchov, that had a key to the whole of niggunim and could take any niggun he wanted. And the story goes like this: that the Alter Rebbe came to Mezerich to be by the Rabbi of Mezerich, Rabbi Dovber, for Shabbos. And Rabbi Dovber says, no, you're not going to be here. You have to go and listen to the tish that is doing, you have to participate in the tish of somebody else, which is his people of the he's older than him because it's the people of the Baal Shem Tov. It was Michael Zlotchev was there in town at the time that Alter Rebbe came. So he didn't want to miss his Rebbe, but he had to listen to him. So he went over to the Michael Zlotchev, and there, or on the way there, or on the way back, whatever, he got this niggun. So either the niggun came down right then, and Rabbi Michael brought it down and the Alter Rebbe got it, or Rabbi Michael dedicated it to Alter Rebbe, or the Alter Rebbe, while listening to the Torah of Rabbi Michael, this niggun came down to him. We don't know. Maybe the angels came and whispered it in his ear, and now he knows it. So we know that's the Alter Rebbe's niggun, and it's called Bnei Chala, the dwellers of the palace. And who are they? The angels. On Shabbat, all these angels, they are dwelling in the palace, and seeing all the glory of godliness and all the beauty, and we try to taste that taste of the angels and the beauty in the last hours of Shabbat, Rava de Avin. And this is what the song, that's the poem from the Arizal, Bnei Chala, that we sing at the last meal of Shabbat and third meal. And the melody from the Alter Rebbe, from the angels, he got it from Michael, we don't know. Bnei Chala, dich sifin elamech zehzi, dize anapin, yanada, 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 Niggun by the Alter Rebbe, Bnei Chala, that he might have heard through the angels from Reb Michael or not, we don't know. Chaim l'chaim. Now, let's do another niggun from Gan Eden, a taste of Gan Eden. This niggun is from Slonim, and it has a story with it. We're trying to tell the story quickly. I'm not going to read you the Hebrew beautiful language here. There was a person that came to Eretz Israel from Russia, from Odessa. His name was Rabbi Yeshaya from Odessa. And Rabbi Yeshaya came after all the hard times he had in Russia, after the pogroms or whatever, and he came with his only son that was left to him. And his son's name was Hershel. Hershel was a beautiful son. He was very talented and very, very good-hearted. And they arrived in Sfat in a time of a lot of poverty, but they succeeded somehow to survive. And they were living in the beautiful Sfat of those times, just before the First World War. And when Rabbi Hershel, this kid, grows up, becomes 22, his father started to get him a shidduch, and he refuses whatever shidduch they offer him. He refuses everything. The most beautiful, most rich, most talented girl. He doesn't want anything. He won't hear about it. He says, no. Why? I have a secret reason. I'm not saying. And the father got tired of hearing this secret reason, so he decided to try and find what it was. And on Purim, he gave him a lot of wine to drink. And wine came in, secret went out. And the kid says, I don't want to leave you, Dad. I'm worried about you. There's nobody to help you, nobody to take care of you. I don't want to get married because then you'll be left alone. So he doesn't get married. And after all those years, and then comes World War I, and there's a big famine in Sfat, and a lot of people die. And the father wants to die because he's so upset that his son won't build a family because of him. And what happens is the opposite, that the son dies in the famine, and the father is really broken and heartbroken. And then years went by, and one Shabbos evening, a tzaddik walks out of his home and walks out in the path of Tzfat. The name of the tzaddik is Rabbi Mordechai Chaim. He was known afterwards as the leader of the Slonim Hasidim in Eretz Israel. And Rabbi Mordechai Chaim hears this enchanting melody, and he follows it. He tries to find it, and he's walking through the streets till he gets to that place. And he walks up, and he sees this old person sitting by a table, all by himself. There's another chair, but the chair is empty. And he's singing this melody with his eyes closed, with such sweetness and so much light in his face. And when Rabbi Mordechai Chaim just sits there and listens till he finishes to sing, he says, what was this amazing song? He says, a secret. So you want to know all my secrets? And he won't tell him. But Mordechai Chaim has already experienced how to convince all these tzaddikim to try and tell them what they have to say. So he gives them some more wine or whatever. And eventually the old person succeeds to tell him. He says, I had one son. He was a Jew. He was all I had. And I lost him. And I was so heartbroken. And I was walking around crying all day. And then one night I had a dream. And in the dream, my son showed up. And he was full of light. So happy. And he took me for a walk around Gan Eden and says, why are you so sorry for me? Why are you worried about me? I am having such a great time here. Don't you see? Everything's so beautiful. Everything is great here. I'll show you around. He takes me on a sightseeing tour of Gan Eden. And then he walks back to our world. And as a souvenir, he gives him a niggun from Gan Eden. And that was a niggun that this old person was singing. The Slonim tzaddik, when he heard that Mordechai Chaim, he adopted it and he taught it to the Hasidim. Until this day, they sing it in Slonim in all kinds of occasions. I didn't have the notes. I wrote it down from a recording with a Alter Chassid that was singing it. I hope I got it right. I'm going to find out when I get the right version. I'll send it to you in the group. You remind me on our WhatsApp group. But let's try and sing what I have. A niggun from Gan Eden, according to Slonim, from this old person. A niggun from Gan Eden, according to Slonim. If we talk about niggunim from angels, you know that the angels are very jealous of us. There's parts of the tefillah, or the davening, that we're saying in Aramaic, so the angels won't be too jealous. Why are they jealous of us? We mentioned before that angels are called omdim, standing. They're standing still on the same level, always at the same level. Man is called a walker. Why is a yid a walker and not a standing? Because he goes from level to level. We can go up, climb the levels. The angels, they can't. They're the same level. So now they're standing there, and they're asking, where is Hashem? Ayem ekom kvodo. Where is his glory dwelling place? And they can't find it. Even if succeed in going up a little bit, they look up and say, oh, he's there. He's still much higher up. He's so much higher up. And they say, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. There's three worlds. There's Olam Asiyah, Olam Bria, Olam Yitzirah. Asiyah, Yitzirah, Bria. Even Atzilut. I don't know if there's angels in Atzilut, but there's angels in Olam Bria, which are angels of intellect, and there's angels in the world of Yitzirah, which are the angels of feeling. And all of them are looking up and saying, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. He's even holier than that. He's even higher than that. We can't reach. We want to reach, we can't. And then ask, Ayem ekom kvodo, where is it? And it says, Yisrael am kvodosho. If you want to see where Hashem is, look down at Am Yisrael when they're saying Kedusha, when they're saying Kriyat Shema, where they're praying. That's where Hashem is. There are Chabad songs about that. First of all, there's a song called Pliya that I can't really sing it because I didn't write down the notes. I didn't have time to write down the notes for that, and I don't have notes. There. Something in that family of notes. It might be a Chabad origin. There's stories about this niggun that, a chassid of the Tzemach Tzedek showed up by the Rabbi of Tzanz, and he asked him to sing something, so he sang this niggun. But they sing in a lot of chassidiyot. In Toldot Aaron, for example, when they sing it, they add words to it. Srafim omdim mimalo. The angels are standing above him. When you have Maaseh Merkava, the chariot, the holy chariot, the Srafim they're above him, and still asking, where is it? Because they can't reach. They can't reach. Only Am Yisrael through Torah and mitzvot can reach, and they can't. So there's two beautiful nigunim in Chabad on the second part of the pasuk. Ana elech miruchacha ve'ana mipanecha evrach. Where can I hide from your glory? And where can I hide from you? And where can I run away to? And the misnagdim, they're crying about it. We can't hide, we can't run away. Always there. The Hasidim, they're reveling in it. There's no place without you. There's no place we can hide. There's no place we can run away. You're always there. So let's sing these two melodies. One of them is a slow one, slower. It's niggun. Ayin Gimel. Which niggun is it in Sefer Nigunim? Let's check. I don't remember which niggun I promised I'm going to do today. Yes, it's niggun Ayin Gimel. And it might be from the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, because there's a fast niggun that is sing the klezmer in Lag BaOmer, which is very much like it. We did it last week. Why is the this piano is humming. Where are you, Hashem? Where can we find you? As high up as we go, he's still far away, but if we fall down, he's right there. Now, there's a fast one, which is where can I hide from you? It's a faster one. There's an opinion that it might be from the Alter Rebbe himself. Wait a minute, I can find it here. I can tell you which number it is. I think we have it here. Is it here? No, Hatzileni is here. Is not here. Which number is it? Narration Vav 256. 256. Okay. ואנה מפניך אברח, אם אשק שמיים שם אתה, ועשייה שעולינך, ועשייה שעולינך. אנה אלך מרוחך, ואנה מפניך אברח, אם אשק שמיים שם אתה, ועשייה שעולינך. אנה אלך מרוחך, ואנה מפניך אברח, אם אשק שמיים שם אתה, ועשייה שעולינך. We can't hide from you. And you're always far away. Except when we're in suffering times, He's always there with us to help us. Songs of Angels. What else do we have? There's a few other ones that I couldn't find a copy. Versav has a song of walking the Tzadikim to Gan Eden, and Halagid Koznitz has some march. about Gan Eden, so we can't do that. But I told you this, what we did might be from the Alter Rebbe himself. I think I told you. Now, there's angels, which are called malachim, and there's angels called srafim. Srafim omdim ima'alo. There was one tzaddik who was called a saraf. He was like an angel. And there's a niggun is probably from him, that his pupils brought with them to Ruzhin. From Strelisk, they took the niggun to Ruzhin, and it's probably from the Rebbe of Strelisk himself, the saraf. So let's do it. אחת שאלתי בית השם אותה אבקש, שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי, one of my favorite songs. אחת שאלתי בית השם אותה אבקש, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי בית השם אותה אבקש, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם השם ולבקר בחלום. אחת שאלתי מת השם אותה אבקש, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מת השם אותה אבקש, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם השם ולבקר Another taste of Gan Eden from an angel. Rabbi Uri Wistralisk, his niggun. Let's do another song from an angel, connected with an angel. Not exactly, but the story goes connecting us to an angel. By the way, in one of the books of the Nevi'im, I think Melachim, there's a story about Sancheriv that tried to come and destroy Jerusalem. And Chizkiyahu was in his bed praying. You know, he said, I can't live up to the level of my forefathers. I can't even pray as needed. I'm just going to sing. Just going to sleep, you know. And at night, the whole army of Sancheriv started hearing songs. And it was probably songs from the angels. They got so scared, they ran away. They heard voices and they heard songs from the angels. Singing of the angels. The army of Sancheriv. Now, the story I want to tell you is connected with an angel, the son of the Maggid of Mezrich that we mentioned before. His son's name was Rabbi Avraham HaMalach. They called him HaMalach, the angel. And Rabbi Avraham HaMalach had a friend. It can't be a friend. It has to be somebody older than him, because he was born when the Baal Shem Tov was. Maybe he was one of the peoples of the. I don't know. He was one of the peoples of the Baal Shem Tov, so he must have been much older. But he meets this famous person, which is Rabbi Zayde, Rabbi Ari Leib, Zayde, Leib. He was born after a blessing from the Alter Rebbe, which is a beautiful story by itself. And Shmuel Zayde, he's the davening before Shabbos, in the beginning of Shabbos, maybe Lechadodi, whatever, Kabbalat Shabbat. And Rabbi Avraham, the angel, says, my friend, you're dancing so nicely. Who taught you to dance like this? You're dancing so well. And the Shmuel says, well, Eliyahu Navi taught me how to dance. And he tells him the story that once he heard a voice from heaven, maybe also an angel, and told him to go to one of the villages, because in that village there was a poor Yid that needed his help. He needed to be saved. The Shmuel was dealing a lot with Pidyon Shvuyim, saving the people that were in jail, setting them free, and getting money for them to get them free. So he was doing that holy job. So he heard in this town, village, there was a poor Yid in jail, in the pit, in the yard of the pirates. And he goes over there, and he whispers to him, hey Yid, what's going on? And the Yid is very scared, but then he's telling him the story that he's owed a lot of money to the pirates, and the pirates won't let him out. And he didn't eat and didn't drink for a long time already, so the Shmuel sends down through the hole at the top of the pit, and he gives him some water and some bread. And what's going on? So the Yid says, the pirate is not so wicked, his secretary, he's the wicked one, because the pirates would have given up what he owed him. But he's a real anti-Semite, the secretary of the pirates. And in 2 days, there's a birthday party to the pirates. They're going to celebrate it in a big fanfare. And this pirates has his minhag, that's his custom, to have a custom party, and he brings a bear skin, and in the skin of this bear, this poor Yid that happens to be in the pit of the pirates, is supposed to dance in front of all the guests. The orchestra is playing, he's supposed to dance. So this brother said, yeah, that night Eliyahu Navi showed up and taught me all the dances. Maybe it was before or after, I don't know, when he says, he told Yid, I'm gonna switch with you, and he lets himself down into the pit. There's no way up, only one way down. And he tells me, don't worry. When they're going to open the gate, they're not going to expect to see 2 people there. So you hide behind the door. I'm going to go with them. And you run away. You go home. And run away as quickly as you can. I'll be okay. Don't worry. So that night, the Eliyahu Navi showed up and taught him all the dances that he would need for the party. And the next night, they hear the merriment in the palace, and they hear them laughing and joking and drinking, and they can hear that they're already very drunk. And they come to pick him up, the Yid with the bear skin. And the poor Yid says, you hear that one? And he tells them how he looks. He's the secretary. You know what to do with him. He's so wicked, and we're suffering from him so much. You know what to do. So they go. They throw the bearskin on him. They pretend to be a Yid that's sat in jail for so long he can barely walk, and they fetches and cries and goes with them. And they bring him to the palace, and they go ta-dom, ta-dom, ta-dom. These are the rules of the game. We're going to have in the party now. We're going to have such a wonderful thing. The bear is supposed to dance. And there's a leader who's going to lead him, and the orchestra is going to play, and bear has to dance. If he dances well enough, we're going to send him free. We're going to send him home. Never happened. And if he dances better than the leader, and that really never happens, then he can jump at his leader and attack him like a bear attacks the cow. But if he doesn't dance well enough, we're going to throw him to the dogs, and they're going to teach him how to dance. And the pirates had very wicked dogs there, hungry, waiting for the poor Yid. So they start to play, and the bear starts to dance, and he's dancing very nicely. So they say, okay, do something faster, and they do something faster, and say, do something faster, and do something faster. And the leader, he's already drunk. He has a hard time to keep up with his bear, that even though there's a heavy bear skin, he can dance. And he dances and dances and dances till the leader falls down. It was when they said play a Kozak. Played vals, mazurka, menuet, whatever the dance, polka, everything. Then they play a Kozak, and the leader falls down, and the bear jumps on it and starts to beat him up. And everyone says, "Hey, stop, stop!" He says, "You said that was the rule," and he won't stop till the secretary promises he's never going to torment the Jews anymore. And the Shpoel Zeder runs away with the bearskin, and we have this song as a niggun of the Shpoel Zeder, which is called Hop Kozak, which was probably what he was dancing with at that night. Hop Kozak, chiri, hop Kozak, chiri, bam, 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 hop Kozak, chiri, bam, hop Kozak, chiri, bam, hop Kozak, chiri, biri, bam. A different way to connect with angels, with Eliyahu Navi and Avraham HaMalach. Tonight is the yahrzeit of the first Moshe Rebbe. Maybe do a niggun is considered a niggun probably from him. We say this as the words of Al Tira Avdi Yaakov. Al Tira Avdi Yaakov. Al Tira Avdi Al Tira Avdi Yaakov, Bacha Hashem Yaakov, Al tira Yaakov, Bacha Hashem Yaakov, Al tira Yaakov. Beautiful, beautiful. And Shabbos is the yahrzeit of his son, which is the Imre Shaul, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We could do a niggun from him also. There's a famous niggun who was taken to sing on Shabbos, at the part where we talk about the angels and about all the stars in the skies. קהל אדון על כל המעשים, ברוך וברך לפני כל הנשמה. How does it go? No, not that one. Okay. It's from his song. קהל אדון על כל המעשים. I'll try and play it the way it is in emojis. Something like that. I probably missed the last part, but that's a niggun from his son. And we can't have a whole parsha about Yaakov Avinu without doing the niggun of Yaakov Avinu without stories. Let's just do the niggun that is attributed to the Yaakov himself. Niggun of Yaakov Avinu, as we got it from the Rabbi of Buchach. We'll tell the story again, not next week because we're going to be busy with Yutet Kislev, but the week after we can tell the story again, whoever didn't hear it yet. Or go into last week and hear the story in the class of last week. Let's finish with the happy tune of Kislev, Rosh Chodesh Kislev. Okay, so that's it for today, and we'll see you next week, B'ezrat Hashem. Have a wonderful week. Start celebrating Yutet Kislev wherever you are. There's going to be a big Fabring in Batayin also. Anybody from the area wants to come on Monday night. And we're going to see you, B'ezrat Hashem, Wednesday night, if everything works well. They don't kidnap me for another Fabring and somewhere else to play. Then we'll have to do it Thursday. Okay, so Laila Tov, Shavua Tov, Geula Shlema, we're waiting for the real redemption, and see angels in your dreams. Have good dreams.
ממש.
גם לכם, כל טוב.
מנחם מנדל שנירסון, ממש.
Mamash, mamash, yeah.
Rabbi.
Laila Tov.